at my mobile homestead. I'm just going to do what I can do. So I have got like 50 million things to do. Sometimes when I get sick, I can't get to them, so they come at me pretty much all at once. So one of the things I like to do is I make this powder, this green powder, and what this contains is a variety of things. The main things that I like to put in this powder are kale, spinach, and chard. Sometimes I put in dandelion greens, and then even sometimes which I will be doing this time around, when my salad gets down to where I just have a little bit and it's kind of bordering on wilty, I throw it, see it looks still kind of okay, but it's, you know, not 100%, so I'll throw it on my dehydrator, dehydrate this, incorporate it into here, and so I sprinkle it on all kinds of foods, cooked foods, salads, you name it, and my family are getting their dark greens. And sometimes they don't know about it, and really they don't even care anymore because they've gotten to where they know it's there and it doesn't change the way anything tastes. So what I have here is I'm about to grind this up in my blender, and this is spinach, and then I just did my kale, and I have my chard in here already. So let me turn the camera around and I'll show you how I do that. Okay, so what I like to do is I got the spinach in here, and you got to cram it down in there, and then I'm going to get some of this in there, and let's see how it goes right here. Usually when it's real crunchy like this, it goes pretty quick, but the spinach was very dry but not real crunchy, and it won't go quite as quickly. So hold on, let's see how this does. Case in point. So let's see. Difficult for me this time around. Usually it whips it up, but I just dried the spinach, so I'll come back to you when I get it all ground up, and I'll let you know how long it took. Okay, so it took probably like 30 seconds. What I did was, woohoo! I just took this and very gently tapped it. I made the mistake of one time going down too far, and I am likely going to have a little bit of wood chips in my stuff. So now it's fine powder. And it really doesn't take long for it to become that fine powder. And then the next thing I like to do is wait for the smoke, if you will, to die down inside, so I don't lose too much of it in that. Then I'm gonna pour it off. You know what? Looking at it now, it looks like it could stand being a little bit powderier. I'm gonna do a little bit longer. Oops, this way. And to be honest, the consistency is totally, and to be honest, consistency is totally up to you. I have had it not completely turned to powder before, like when my magic bullet thing, magic bullet, the part with the motor, the spinny thing on it, it died or it like fell apart, so I have to buy another one. The motor itself is fine. So then I could no longer chop up my stuff, and at first I thought that I was screwed, but now it appears that I've discovered my blender does a beautiful job. And I actually discovered that because I was watching Heidi from Rain Country, and she dries and grinds up eggshells for calcium, and so I started doing that. And at first I didn't think that this could handle it, and it actually does a very fine job. So then I thought, well, if it can do eggshells, it can certainly do greens. Anyway, so that's that. I'm going to go ahead and finish grinding this up, and I'll get back to you. Okay, so we're done. Now, one thing I wanted to point out too was that I had done a previous video talking about, when I find it, I will share that with you. And what I had been talking about was doing these greens, but what I did was I had bought these big bags of charred spinach kale that I would just put on the dehydrator. But I, the frugal me, found out that I get a lot more bang for my buck if I just buy it, clean it, cut it myself, and all that awesome stuff, and then dehydrate it and grind it. So, yeah. And then the final thing I do is yeah, see, there we go. There you go. Okay, so then the final thing I do is I put the lid on. Now if it has more headspace, it works better, but then I give it a good shake because, like I said, I have multiple different types of greens in here. And yeah, I may even have to, at this rate, transfer it to a quart-sized jar, because I got quite a bit this time, because for less than the price I paid for those 2 bags that I bought last time, I got a ton of greens to go in here. And you can use just about any greens. You can do beet tops, all kinds of stuff you can incorporate into it, whatever you want, and it makes your meals healthy. And if you have finicky kids, you can get your kids their greens without them even knowing about it. Another great thing to use the powder for is smoothies. What a healthy smoothie that would be. All right, guys, so I hope this was helpful. Like, share, subscribe, comment below, and don't forget to select the bell so you can be notified when I have a new video coming out. All right, guys, God bless. Love ya.